Box. Sorry, stroller. I should have eaten more kale.
I wish I'd taken my art more seriously.
I wish I worked off my gut. Bench press my weight. 43 pounds.
Less hiding, more thinking.
I wish I spent less time thinking and more time make-believing. Life moves fast. Don't forget to move with it.
What I missed? It was one of the consolation matches.
Yeah.
It's impossible to watch all these all at the same time, but we're doing the best we can, folks.
We are already up to 182 on mat 3.
Yep.
The quarterback, Brent Lammers, West Delaware, Manchester, undefeated, taking on Julio Sanchez of Grinnell, another Grinnell wrestler. Only one loss between both of them there. Great match there. Colton Rainey and Zach Johnston still going after it on mat 4. Looks like Johnston up 5-1 as they start the third period. J.J. Clark now and Jacob Holschlag, the defending champion, undefeated returning champion for Union on mat 5. 4-1 Holschlag. Baumler, Nick Baumler and Bo Sorensen on mat 6. Bo Sorensen of Forest City, Baumler of North Fayette Valley. That one's 2-1 Baumler.
Holschlag out to escape right away in the second period, but man, look at Clark come at him, trying to jack him up and double unders. Coming at him pretty hard. There's a nice carry right there, though, by Holschlag. They go out of bounds. Go back to center. Holschlag leading this one 5-1 in the second period. Mat number 6 at the end of the first period.
It's like
Baumler up
still
2-1.
ahead.
You know, it's all tied up 2-2 between Sorensen of Forest City and Balmer.
And whether you're watching us on TV or streaming us online, of course, Mark Ironside joining us, two-time state champion of his own. There we got the kid.
He's got a lead over a very feisty, very spirited J.J. Clark, who's had a very animated tournament. Put it mildly. He gets into it.
End of the first period comes on mat number 3 over there between Lamers of West Delaware and Sanchez of Grinnell. It's going to be Sanchez's choice. He defers his choice to Lamers. West Delaware chooses a down position. It's in the top left corner of your screen. There's Holschlag with the fall over there. Holschlag gets the fall.
Big points for Union.
To the finals. Yeah, definitely. That's 4 extra bonus points between Holschlag and Max Thompson. They could use them as Minneapolis has taken a little bit of a hit early here.
Holschlag was 4th as a sophomore, a 48-1 champion last year, and he's back in the finals again with a #1 ranking. To see who gets there, the winner on mat number 6 will get to take him on. Baumler 4-3 right now over Sorensen.
That's just who he'll be wrestling in the finals, the winner of that match. Lamers of West Delaware over there. 1-point escape in the second period and a takedown. Make his lead 3-0.
Now, football fans, we have a classic matchup here on mat 5. Stephen Holloway, Minneapolis, and Isaac Schiedenhelm, Denver Tripola, 2 football stars who are very... Now, Schiedenhelm was out last year, so you may not remember this, but Schiedenhelm 2 years ago, very fine wrestler. Great football player in the Unidome. You'll remember these guys. Maybe not Minneapolis this year, but Holloway, their best player.
Oh,
take a look at this. If you wanted to sculpt and chisel and draw up the best looking wrestler you could do it, I'd bet on Holloway. He looks the part, and he's a returning state champion. Mix that in. He got 2nd as a sophomore. Tough kid.
And on mat 4, Riley Haskin, Dubuque Wahlert, Joe Teague from Algona.
Teague tough, long time. He's senior in Algona, once beaten this year. One of Algona, the last few years, they've had a few good wrestlers, a pretty good team. He's been right there leading the way.
Mark, you got to sit back every once in a while, revamp where you are and find out who's who.
I know.
It's amazing.
I'm looking down at my sheet, trying to, I'm actually looking at watching this match over here on mat number 4 between Haskin and Dubuque Wahlert and Teague of Algona. Teague out right away with a really nice takedown, but these guys are some athletes. Talk about football players. I don't know what these guys' backgrounds are, but I'm sure that
any coach would like to have these two young men.
For sure.
182 semifinal.
And every now and then I catch myself, even though they're not on TV. I mean, a lot of viewers don't know that we got a lot of wrestling going on in the end mats as well too. A lot of the consolation matches, where these are the matches where you become, you know, a state medalist or not. So these are big matches for these kids.
Teague and Haskin ranked number 2 and 3 most of the year. Of course, Riley Haskin, he lost to Holloway in the districts and the sectionals, so pretty tough task there. But if he wins, he might get another shot at him.
Sanchez of Grinnell gets a 1-point escape at the end of the second period, right at the end of the period too. Not something West Delaware's coaches wanted to see.
That's mat 3.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, mat 3.
I think it's mat 3. I'm keeping
Sanchez 3-1. Yeah, mat 3.
Sorensen and Baumler coming down to the end here on mat 6. Baumler holding on to that 5-4 lead.
Teague taking a 2-0 lead through the first period into the second period on Riley Haskin. Dubuque Wahlert. Teague, of course, from Algona. Teague was 4th place last year at 182. Haskin finished 5th. Under a minute with Baumler. Sorensen, 6'3" Baumler.
Mat 5 is...
It's like Holloway and Sheetenhelm find themselves under the table.
Under the table.
It's a couple of times they've went into some technology. They almost knocked the clock over earlier. These two guys getting it after, and they're just a magnet over that way.
30 seconds go here on mat number 6.
Quick takedown by Holloway.
It's Balmer, North Fayette Valley. Working on getting another takedown over Sorensen of Forest City. Again, the winner of this match here will take on Hochschlag of LaPorte City Union.
And we're looking at mat 6. That's your bottom right corner.
Yeah, look at Balmer. I mean,
keep working, isn't he?
He's ahead 6-3, and you'd think he'd be the one that was behind.
And instead of backing away, and
you know, he stayed on the attack. You know, the more you're on someone else's legs, the less they're in on yours. And boy, there they are to the table over there again on mat number 5.
What do they have against that table?
I'm impressed with Baumler here to the end. His conditioning must be really good, Mark.
Staying on the attack. I just like that mentality. And, you know, I can tell you right now, without seeing them two wrestle before, he's not going to take a back seat to Hochschlag just because he's defending state champ. He's going to wrestle him to the end.
So nice job by Baumler of North Fayette Valley getting the big win there, 6-3 over Sorensen to advance to the finals at 170 pounds. That was also a 2 versus 3 in that one.
Right now, get any large original or flatbread sausage pizza for only $10. Casey's, famous for pizza.
You should see my bank. It can do awesome things. Mom says it's just like the Four Seasons. Always there. Helping communities grow and be a better place to live and work. All because my bank lives here too.
Live Iowa, work Iowa, bank Iowa. Member FDIC.
Okay, so our official titles, the Northwest Bank Sports Desk out here. We're in the middle of, we're getting the end of 2A, and it just flows by, guys. We already have wrestlers in the 220 class coming out here, so we're getting to the end.
We do have some new matches. Of course, Holloway and Schiedenhelm are still on mat 5 at 195 pounds, but now joining the fray at 220. Caden Hewlett of Creston taking on Carter Isley of Albia. We still have Teague at 2-1 leader over Riley Haskin on mat 4. Mat 5, as we mentioned, Stephen Holloway and Isaac Schiedenhelm. Now, the other semifinal at 195 is mat 6. That's Brad Skubal of Washington taking on Seth Maitland of Creston Orient Maxburg. Skubal had the unfortunate task of going to sectionals and districts with Stephen Holloway, so he finished second both times. And oddly enough, last year Holloway, sectionals and district, beat Carter Isley both times, and then they met in the final. Now this could happen again with Skubal and Holloway.
Right.
Very strange path.
If you missed it right before we went off air for the break there, it was Lamers of West Delaware winning over Sanchez of Grinnell. I believe that score was 3-2, but Lamers did win that one.
Yes.
Undefeated, stays undefeated. Number 1 goes to the finals from West Delaware, Manchester.
All right, going into the third period over there now. Holloway and
That's a tough one.
Schiedenhelm. Holloway's choice, he chooses down.
Holloway, of course, a senior. He'll be going for his second state title if he can advance here.
Skubal from Washington was looking for a takedown the end of the period, though. Still 0 after 1. More football players, Dave. Seth Maitland, a player on the Unidome.
Wow.
There we go. Look at Holloway work.
It's like it's been quiet.
Mat 5.
I could see that double coming from a mile away before it even happened right there, how he set that up. Holloway of Medialapolis just lowered his level as Schiedenhelm was coming into him, reaching, and just blew through him. Beautiful double leg. Boy, if we had a highlight reel of the state semifinals in Class 2A, that would lead the highlight reel so far.
Right there, mat 5.
Sure.
Mat 5, about 30 seconds
a double leg.
And it was a quiet first period there, and then it just escalated. They kept throwing each other into the officials' bench, but there's some power right there, 195 pounds.
Coach Cummings taught him that one.
Just a great job of lowering his level. I mean, it wasn't like he just went running into him. He lowered it and just exploded right through him, but used his hands, and he took Schiedenhelm right off his feet. Beautiful double leg takedown.
That truly looked like the freight train double leg. Like Jordan Burroughs coming at you.
Yeah.
5-0 Holloway.
Yeah, taking back control.
Hewlett and Isley trying to get underway here on mat 3. They only made it 29 seconds before stoppage. Hewlett at 220, you can see this is a big kid, obviously. His older brother, Keaton, you may remember a state finalist champion, Keaton Hewlett. I've never seen bigger hands on a human being in my life. And Coach Frayne said, yeah, that worked to his advantage. You could not get to him. And this is a soft